What's up, babies? It's your girl Tissa Baby, and I'm back at it again with another video. If you're new to my channel, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and tap that bell for some more to be notified when I post. And if you've already been here, welcome back. And let's get into this video. So today's video is about my experience on being a CNA. I'm going to let you guys know why I became a CNA, how I got my license, and what am I doing now. So if you guys see me look down, it's because I wrote down everything that I wanted to cover, and so I wouldn't forget anything. So this is going to be my experience as a CNA slash home health aide, because I recently just started doing home health. When I was younger, I used to volunteer with my aunt. I call her my godmom, but anyway, I used to volunteer with my aunt at her job. She was an activities director, and I would volunteer with her, and I would walk around to each resident's room and hang up calendars, play games with the residents like bingo and crossword puzzles. I would do their nails and all different kinds of stuff that you would do when you volunteer in a nursing home. And that's what really grew my passion for healthcare, because before that I don't know what I would have done, but just volunteering, seeing how things go, that's what grew my passion to make me say, hey, I want to continue this. Like, I want to work in a nursing home one day. So time moves on. It's my junior year in high school, and I found out about vocational school. And vocational school, you can call it vocational school or a trade school, where you go and you learn, you get your license for what you want to do. Like, they have cosmetology, they had welding, and they had health science. So of course I signed up for healthcare, and my senior year is when I actually started going to vocational school. I would go in the mornings, and then I would come back to my high school to finish out my other classes for the rest of the day. I started vocational school 2017, and I got my CNA license in 2018. That's when I completed the class. There was 2 parts. There was Health Science 1 and Health Science 2. It went by fast, you guys. If you're thinking about getting your CNA, I highly recommend it. It's easy. You can go to where I'm from, the nursing home that I work at. They offer free training to get your CNA license, and it's only a few weeks, and you're guaranteed a job afterwards. The only thing with going through a nursing home and doing the training is you have to stay at that nursing home for a year. But I feel like it's worth it, because you go through the training, you're guaranteed a job, you get that experience, and then after that year, you're free to go work wherever you want. March 14th, I think, that's when I took my testing to get my CNA license. Someone comes from the state. You have one partner with you to test. So your partner will be your client or your resident. So you'll be demonstrating on your partner what you will actually be doing. And it worked out so perfectly, because one of my close friends was my partner, so I felt comfortable. I was nervous, but I passed. When you're taking your test, you don't know what skills you will be doing. You don't know what skills you will be doing. It's is randomly selected by your test advisor. Hand washing is mandatory, so you would have hand washing and then 3 other skills if I'm not mistaken. If you ever took your CNA test, comment below on how many skills you have to do. But I think it's 3 because it went by fast. Me and my close friend, we did that and I ended up passing. If you passed right away, after everyone in your class is finished being tested, you find out if you passed or not. I got my CNA license in March, and then I graduated in May. I graduated May 26th, and right after I graduated, I did not go to college. May 26th, I graduated. The 27th, I moved to Georgia, and within the next week, I had my first job as a CNA. And it was a really nice facility. The people were really nice. And I started working. At first, I was nervous, but the people were so nice. They helped me a lot. And after that, I just started learning new things, picking up new skills. I would watch other people to make my job easier, because being a CNA, you learn something new every day. You learn as you go. So at first it started off, a little rocky, but as I learned new things, watch other people, take advice from other people, I was on a go and I was making bank. Sorry guys if you hear any background noises. It's something I can't control, but I hope you guys stay tuned to this video and keep watching. I started getting mentally drained. I wasn't used to my residents passing away, because you're working with these people. You see them every day. Yes, they are older, but you're not expecting the next day you come for them to be gone. So my first time having one of my residents I've actually taken care of, grew a bond with, she passed away, and I was so sad. I cried. Being a CNA, you have to be mentally prepared. Prepare yourself mentally, and don't overwork yourself, because you will get drained and you will get fed up. Don't overwork yourself if you're trying to become a CNA. The facility that I worked at, they had different, it was like you have your nursing home part, and then you have a dementia and Alzheimer's care unit, and then you have villas where older people live. They can still cook, they can still drive, they can still do for themselves, but they still may need some help, so they live, alone in like little, kind of like apartments. So they live alone. I started working with the dementia and Alzheimer's patients. These people, they might know your name 5 minutes. They're like, who are you? It's a tough job, and I feel like CNAs don't get the credit that they deserve. But that's a different story for a different day. So I started working with the dementia and Alzheimer's patients, and they made me really sad. These people, some of them, they don't know how to feed themselves anymore. They're just so confused, and it's kind of depressing. So that made me even more sad. And then I let people get in my head, and I wasn't thinking for myself. And I ended up moving back to South Carolina. After I moved back from Georgia, I started working at a nursing home where I did my clinical job. And that place is not a good nursing home. I just needed a job, so so I had to go work there. Then that didn't last long because they're always understaffed. They don't treat you well, and I ended up leaving there and working at another nursing home, which is the sister company of that one. And that one was even more bad, but I stayed there a little bit longer, and I kept working, but one day I finally got fed up, and I left that nursing home, and I went back to the nursing home where I did my clinicals at. But I still work there now. Nothing has changed. It's still bad. But you guys, I was able to go PRN. I've always wanted to be PRN at a nursing home, so I don't feel tied down to it, because it's just too much when you're working for people who don't really care about you, when they just only care if you're there. You know, they don't care. They don't even think you have an outside life. So I was so glad that I was able to go PRN, and that's because I prayed. I prayed and prayed and prayed. I always wanted to do home health care, and I prayed and I asked God, please, can I get a home health care job where I can meet some nice people and be comfortable? And God blessed me with a home health care job, and I've been working for home health care since October of 2019, and I absolutely love it. I've met some very nice people who help me, who guide me, who just want to see me do the best, and I love my client. When I was starting this job, I was thinking that I would be taking care of older people, just home health, but my client is actually 3 years old. But being a CNA is really rewarding. You get a lot of benefits from being a CNA. The people you take care of, they're so appreciative. They appreciate it because they can't do it themselves. So when you're helping them, they appreciate it. And you will have some characters. They're really funny. I love to ask them, like, where do you come from? Like, everybody has a story. So I asked them, what were you doing when you were younger? Were you married? Did you have kids? What was your profession? Where did you work? I love to ask them questions and get to know them more, because the more you know them, the more it will help you. And then you start to know them, so you could tell when they're having bad days or when they're having good days, when they don't want to be bothered, if they're feeling sick. You have, and also as a CNA, you have to report to your nurse. Make sure you and your nurse have a really good relationship, because that will also make your job as a CNA so much easier. You let your nurse know any changes that you have seen in your patients or your residents. Let the nurse know. Any bruises on the skin, if their blood pressure is irregular, let the nurse know. If they're breathing a little bit slower today, any changes in your residents' health, let your nurse know. It will make your job so much easier, and your nurse will appreciate it, because it will make her job easier, and everybody will be happy. If I didn't cover something that you wanted to know, please comment below, email me, follow me on my social medias, message me, because I am more than happy to help anybody who's thinking about becoming a CNA, a resident assistant, home health care aide. If you have any questions, just let me know. We need more CNAs. We need more Black CNAs. We need more Black nurses, more Black doctors. So like this video, comment below, subscribe to my channel, and tap that bell to be notified for more videos. And don't forget to comment below. Keep it up for this consistency, girl, because period. Bye, babies.